Jesus freak here. Now, this is probably about an odd take. Usually, a person grows up, the taste in food broadens. I found there's a few things where my taste is actually narrowed. You know, things I liked or at least tolerated as a kid. To move down a bit, if I like them, I maybe just tolerate them now. If I just tolerated them then and don't really care for them now, or whatever. It's not that it doesn't go the other way. See, as a kid, when I was really young, there were very few vegetables I was willing to eat. And I mean, there still aren't many, but there's more now than there were then. Well, when I was a kid, it'd be nothing for me to grab a bowl of pot cheese. My regionalism's showing. Cottage cheese. But take some pot cheese, put some black pepper on it, and just tear through it. Nowadays, I can't stand this stuff. Because I tried it a few years ago, like, I don't like this. Couldn't make it through a bowl of it. Now, when I was a kid, you'd find, some people would make lasagna. They'd make it with ricotta cheese, the way I make it. Some people would make it with pot cheese. I'm like, I don't understand why you do it that way, because I just figure, you make Italian foods, use, Italian ingredients so far as you can. But that's just, that was always my mindset. I see a lot of recipes now that use bechamel sauce, which doesn't even, that's just butter and flour, really. It's a roux. Well, what got me thinking about this? Oh, yeah, and there's milk in bechamel. I don't make anything with bechamel, so I don't keep track of that stuff. I made a macaroni and cheese once with a bechamel, and I'm like, nah, too complicated. Well, today, and this isn't the first time I've really noticed it, but today, I made myself a burger, and I put everything I could think of on it. Sauteed some mushrooms, onion, lettuce, tomato, pickle, sliced jalapeno pickled slices. So, it's a mushroom Swiss burger. So I'm like, you know what? I don't think I care for these mushrooms. And I've never had problems with mushrooms. Though, I guess I kind of felt the same the last time I had something with mushrooms, I was, what? I had fixed a soup, and mushrooms were the meat substitute that I was using, along with fried tofu. It might sound a little weird. I like, a vegetable soup with diced fried tofu in it. It was the mushrooms I didn't really care for. I feel like, this is a case of something, I at least didn't mind as a kid. And now I really don't care for it. Which, I really don't get it. It's understandable that I'd be a bit finicky about, textures and stuff. I'm autistic. That's something we're known to have problems with. But it's like, as a kid, it was at least tolerable. Maybe it was because, maybe it was that raw mushroom slices and salads I could dig and, cook them up and they're like rubber. I don't care really anymore. I will admit, I still don't have much of a taste for coffee, but it went from being something I thought tasted like dirt and wouldn't drink to something that's like, if I drown it enough sugar, I can tolerate it. Because coffee's supposed to be the thing grown-ups drink. And here I am, drinking Coke. Yeah, tea's better than Coke. No worse than coffee. Me being me, I like the carbonation. But I could never get into like seltzer or whatever. There are times. You know, as a kid, I thought breakfast sausage was too spicy. Here I am now. I put scorpion sauce in the red sauce I use on my pasta. I regularly use cayenne pepper in my soups. Crushed red pepper flakes on my ramen noodles. And I don't think a second thought. You must have burned your tongue out after all that. No, actually, I have a pretty refined palate. Maybe it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know. Hard to say sometimes when you're autistic. Jesus freak out.